going back to actually the project management field, projects are developed in phases. So the theory, of course, suggests that there are few phases which are very strict. But I have a suspicion that in startups it can be a little bit different. They can float, they can restart, and it's not that nicely ordered. You will tell me if I'm right, but my question basically is, which phase do you think you're in right now, and which are the phases that you believe are already behind your back? And finally, probably, which is the next phase, something that you already hinted.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the very first phase of every startup project for me is this validation phase, and many people they focus on ideation and how I make this idea better and how do I think about it more and think more and think more. But in fact, the first phase is, can you show that someone somewhere wants to buy whatever you're doing? And this validation phase for us was 3 months. We started with this Excel spreadsheet with an action backlog. I've taken it from you, by the way, this type of
All right.
organization. And we had about 30 activities that we needed to do. There were clear owners of the activities, and people just had to do the job that was, written over there. We had a team that was already working together, so this was very useful. But this was the first phase. Let's write down a bunch of activities. Let's do the activities,
A
and let's
backlog, as you say.
action backlog. Yeah.
Okay.
So we started with this, and
Validation phase.
validation
Okay.
phase. Yeah, simple Excel spreadsheet. We got the job done. Now, is you're going forward, you need to introduce, more rigid processes, more project management. As more people enter the project, it has to become a bit more rigid. But if you make it waterfally or you make it too rigid, you stop being a startup and things break in awful ways. So you have to be very, very flexible throughout the whole time. And we've been actually trying to figure out the best way for us to move. And it's different for the product department, it's different for the marketing department, and so on. Um, for product and in general in startups, I really believe sprints are the best way to go about, in the pure agile sense, but not only. And some of my sprints are 2 weeks, some of my sprints are 2 months. And for instance, when we were building the product, we were trying to keep these sprints, 2-3 weeks, then 1 week for fixing bugs, 2-3 weeks of new stuff, fixing bugs. You cannot plan too far ahead when you're validating or you're just out of validation, right?
Absolutely.